Hey everybody, Joe here. I am back again, and it is the first Wednesday of a brand new month. You already know what that means. It's time for pickups. What did I get in the month of November? Let me show you. Alright, I actually did not spend all that much on individual games this time around. I've got a big lot of NES games here, and I actually did not open my wallet for these. These are all store credit. I will get into them, but I'm going to kick off with a couple games that I picked up at the thrift store. I had a little bit of luck. Nothing too awesome, but there's some neat stuff here, I guess. If I end up not liking it or not really playing it, I will just flip it like I've been doing with a lot of my disc-based games that I don't really play. I might keep this first one because I got this for $1. It's Lego Batman 3. I've been kind of collecting the Wii U, so why the heck not? And then next up I will get into a PS2 game here, Call of Duty 3. And SOCOM 3 Navy SEALs. I think I actually had this one before, and this is a game I previously flipped. So chances are I could flip it again. Next up, a Wii game, and that is Star Wars, The Clone Wars, Republic Heroes. Yep. Again, like I said, I might check it out, might flip it. And last is Guitar Hero World Tour. I kind of dig the rhythm games and all that, so may hang on to that, at least check it out once or twice. And then on to this big old stack of NES games. Like I said, this was all store credit or things that I didn't actually have to spend money on. I have, except for one, and I'll show you that first. I almost forgot about this. It's been in this pile for a while now, and skipped over it a couple times. This is a repro cart of new Ghostbusters 2. I know I could just, play the ROM, but I thought kind of neat to actually have a physical cart. Especially since it's a Ghostbusters thing, and I'm a big Ghostbusters fan. So that's cool. Might talk about that in the future. Now, on to the big old lot of games that I didn't pay any cash for. Alright, we're going to kick things off with Treasure Master. There are some decent games in this pile here, I will tell you that off the bat. Superman. Yeah, I have to put them over here. Got a copy of Puss in Boots. I got the manual for that too. Another one with the manual is a copy of Castle of Dragon. And here's the manual. Next up, we've got a copy of Karnov. Yes, I did not have a copy of Karnov. Alright, next we got one of those funky Camerica unlicensed games with a little switch on the back of the cartridge. And that is Firehawk. It's a neat, kind of silvery looking cartridge. If you don't know what I mean by the switch, it's got this thing on the back. Basically, I don't know if autofocus is going to pick that up, but it says, if it doesn't work in position A, flip it to position B. If it doesn't work in position B, flip it to position A. I think that might be like a PAL NTSC thing as well. It's just one of those weird-ass workarounds that some companies did for bypassing the lockout chip. Well, I don't know if it's some companies. I think it was strictly Camerica that did that. Next up is Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Next up, Ren and Stimpy Buckaroos. I really liked Ren and Stimpy back when it was airing on MTV or Nickelodeon. I think it was Nick first, then MTV, because it was a little too crude for Nick. I think that's what it was. And then Crash and the Boys Street Challenge, one of them Kunio games. Alright, and then we've got Daydreamin' Davy. And Mario is missing. Yeah. Definitely things you don't see all that often. That's why I selected these when I was cashing in some game credit. I still have a little bit left. And the last one here is Genghis Khan. So yeah, that's a pretty healthy pile of NES games. Also got a couple of these sleeves. I don't really use these sleeves. I've got about maybe about 25, 30 of them, give or take. Of course, I've got over 400 NES games, so it's misproportionate. I always think, maybe I just throw them on my more valuable games. And I've got one last thing I want to show you. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know this exists in my possession, and that is the PlayStation 4 Slim bundle with Spider-Man. I took advantage of one of those Black Friday specials. You know, really Black Friday week specials that were going around, and so only paid $199 for the bundle. And first impressions of Spider-Man are, it's pretty cool. Reminds me a little bit of Batman Arkham, just more brighter, more, lighter, just sloppier controls, in my opinion. That's, again, my opinion. I just might still need to get used to them. Neither here nor there, but still pretty darn cool. Look forward to spending some more time with it. You've already seen some gameplay footage of me playing a game on the PS4 if you watched my previous review of, my revisited review, let's call it, of Symphony of the Night, where I do play a little bit of the Requiem version, which, honestly, it's not that bad if you can get past hearing the alternate dialogue, because it just looks so good. They did do a little bit of cleanup, I think, of the visuals on that. But yes, PS4. Pretty happy to have that in the collection. I do have all of this gen's consoles, not counting the Pro versus X iterations. I have the launch Xbox 360 Slim, PS4 Slim, Switch, Wii U. That kind of counts as this generation too. But, maybe I'll start playing strictly modern games. Nah, never gonna happen. With all these cool NES games. Oh, I was gonna grab Genghis Khan. I don't know if that's cool yet. I think that's kind of strategy sim type deal. But might be fun. Never know. Won't know until I try it. And there you have it. That is what I bought in the month of November. There will be plenty more to come in the month of December. We got Christmas coming up, so I might not be spending too much in the way of video games, but then you never know, someone might be getting me games as gifts. That does happen once in a while. Oh, strange. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Take care.